Coyote, you smell. Good evening, guys. Hello, how's everybody doing? I'm hoping that the stream isn't going to be too scuffed. I've just imported everything across, so there's going to be a couple of things missing here and there. No, there will be no face cam tonight. I was ill a couple of days ago, and it's sort of continued on since then, and so I'm not looking my best. We're going to be doing a straight top down, but you do get the added benefit of there being 2 new lights on the other side, so we're getting a little bit better lighting than normal. I'm going to be playing about with the lighting in the next couple of streams to make sure we're doing well. So Was is the guy who's getting his board built this evening. It's been delayed slightly. It was meant to be streamed on Sunday, but I hope this at least makes up for it a little bit. Is the music all alright with it for everybody? Is it about the right volume? Too loud? I might well end up. I'll turn it down a little bit for me and turn it up for you guys. There you go. It's just a little bit too loud for me. So what we've got for build wise tonight is we've got Was's KBD75. So he sent me this KBD75 over, and I've opened up and taken a look at it. I say I've opened up and taken a look at it. I have opened it up and made sure that the PCB is fully working. It's not a DOA PCB or anything like that. The camera is not having fun with that one. So I made sure that it wasn't a DOA PCB, anything like that. And now what we've got is a really nice build to make. So this is, I don't know what the colour of the KBD75 is. Was don't tell me, because I want to find out when I open it. But I have noticed that we've got a brass plate in here, and we're going to be building it with some Holy Pandas. So these have been lubed by myself, and these are drop Holy Pandas. They're a solid tactile, probably one of the best that's out there. And then we've got some C3 stabs. I've already lubed these just to sort of speed things up a bit. I don't know where the focus point on this is. It's here somewhere. It's over this side somewhere. So you can see that I've lubed them. The focus point's around here somewhere. There we go, it's there. There we go. So you can see that I've given these a nice coating of lube. So they're in good hands. So the only things that I've done with the PCB so far is I've tested it, and I've also placed the C3 dampening pads on. So they're when you bottom out, it stops that horrible clack, horrible sort of plastic on plastic sound. So I would normally be using fabric, but C3 has included them, and from what I hear, they can be better, but they do give a much more natural bottom out feel. So, but let's get into this. So this is what I was greeted when I opened it earlier. So this is the PCB in here. This is the KBD75 PCB. This is the internal dampening foam for it. Hey Gringo, how you doing? No face cam tonight, mate, unfortunately. No face cam, so you'll get to see me another time. But yeah, this is the dampening foam that you get with the KBD75. You buy it separately, and it just goes between the bottom of the PCB and the case. Helps with a bit of sound isolation. So you can see we've got a sort of a shiny side and a sort of textured side. I don't know which way it's going to go. I'm assuming that it'll end up going that way into the case. So put this off to the side for the time being. We will put the PCB here because we're going to need that in a minute. So this is the brass plate. I'm going to try and not touch this so much. This is the universal brass plate that comes with the KBD75. It's good quality, and it is actually brass. I made sure to give it a little scratch on the side. It is brass. It's not just coated aluminium. So we'll put this in. And what do we have next? So next is the case. So I've not seen this case yet, and he hasn't told me what colour it is, and I've told him not to tell me what the colour is. I'm assuming that we're going to go fairly neutral and go black, which he's gone for, which is lovely. The black KBD75 is my favourite. You can get some pretty wild colours with it though. So we're going to just give it a flip over. There's going to be some fingerprints on this already. I will be giving it a wipe down before sending it back, but look at that textured finish. Look at that. The anodized finish on this is lovely. It's got a really nice finish to it. Just having a look around to see if there's any marks, and I can't see any marks on it. Let's flip this over. So you can see we've got the internal acrylic piece. I'm going to need to take the case apart a little bit later to get that out, to peel the plastic. You can see it's got some marks on it already, but yeah, lovely case. I really do like this sort of I'm getting even more fingerprints. I love this wave on it. Love that, I really do. Just looks so nice. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this down on the table for a second. I did clean the table beforehand, so let's have a look, see what we've got in here. So these are some of the parts. So let's have a quick look at what we get in the box. So you get some little black screws. From the looks of them, these look like they're going to be the case screws. I'm assuming that they'll be the case screws. And then you get some silver screws, which I'm assuming are going to be the screws that hold the plate and PCB combo down. Yeah, I think so there, Goots. I think it looks quite sort of Dolch-like. Owaswell says, I wish I'd gotten the brass weight, but it was out of stock. Yeah, I mean, the brass weight is something that you can always add on later, but I agree, the brass weight would have given it a little finesse, you know? The nicest looking bit of the board yet not seen once it's on the desk. You do make a fair point there, Anarchy. You do make a fair point. Hey Vogon, how you doing? So what we're going to do is we're just going to get some case feet on, so we can see this underside. Make sure there's nothing else. Guys, please do let me know if the music is too loud. It is varying in volume for me, so. So what we're going to do is, as long as you lift it straight up and straight down, you're not going to scratch it. That's what Apiary said, I think. Right before scratching her keycode. But we're going to get these case feet in, just so that we're safe. How is everybody doing tonight? On this lovely Wednesday before the Easter bank holiday. Gringo's quite well. That's good to hear. What time is it over there, Gringo? Oh, okay. It's not too late. It's not too late. Okay. I'm always tuning into your streams at about 3 o'clock in the morning. Need to do some EU-friendly streams. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go sit this over the side here. I do not want it to be damaged whilst I'm going through the process of building this. So we'll put the plate here. I bet the wave would look nice with infill. A different colour. Well, the infill's quite deep on it. It's a good sort of few mil deep, so you'd end up having to infill it with quite a lot of material. I'll show you when towards the end of the stream. I'll get it back in a minute. I want to at least make some headway. So this is the PCB, and you can see these are the little pads that C3 sells with their stabs, and so we've applied those, and they're just they're made of almost like a paper, almost sort of rubber material, coated paper material, and you stick them in place, and the idea is that you're no longer slapping against hard plastic, you're slapping against soft plastic when you bottom out with stabilised keys, with the stabilised keys at the very least. So we are going, as you can see by this lovely section here, we are going ISO. We're going a 6U bottom row, 1.25, 1.25, 1.25, 6U, 1U, 1U, I believe 1U, and then arrow cluster. That's going to be the idea. He's asked for standard caps lock, and the rest is standard pretty much, all 1Us the rest of the way around the board, bar the obvious bits around here. I'm glad that he's going ISO. We can do with more ISO brethren. So let me get my trusty iFixit kit. Gringo says, I have Friday off. Very nice, I do too. Our company works Monday to Thursday, so I luckily get it off this Friday. I'm going to be going around to see my dad and help him build a car bed. You know, like the sort of Lightning McQueen style. My sister, well, my dad has bought my sister's son, my nephew, bought him a one of these car beds, and we're going to go put it together. Unfortunately, I am fortunately allowed to do that, as because my sister has a newborn, we are part of her bubble. So we're going to put the stabs in. I do have to say it's a bold choice of colour of stabs. I'm assuming it was because these were all that were left. Is that correct? Was? Maybe I'll give you an early stream. Oh, that would be nice. I am interested in watching some more of your Formula One streams. Have you managed to master the latest game yet, or is it still proving to be a bit of a beach to get used to? So this KBD75 is probably, in my time in keyboards, the KBD75 is probably the most recommended keyboard, bar probably the GH60 in the community. If anybody ever recommends something from KBD fans, they'll recommend the KBD75 first, then the 8X or the GH64 or whatever it is. Was this anybody else's first boards? This isn't was his first board. Was does have a very nice he does have a very nice other board, also with Holy Pandas in, which I built a little while ago. Unfortunately didn't manage to stream it though. I tried ANSI with the mash drop control, but I couldn't get used to the layout at all. Oh, no, you're probably much the same as me then. I tried moving to ANSI a little while ago because of the better keycap compatibility and better, more sets pretty much. But I just couldn't get used to the size of the enter key, pretty much. I tapped towards the top of it, so I'd end up hitting the pipe all of the time. It's a nice looking basic tray mount. I mean, yeah, it's a basic tray. You could say it's a basic tray mount, but the overall finishing on it is much improved since the very first ones. The analyzation is on par with quite a lot of boards that are coming out of much smaller, more niche manufacturers nowadays. I'm still in love with the one you built, the first 178. That's the EO78, isn't it? By I can't think of who it's from now. Moving to ANSI is what they want you to do, as it would be less of us using ISO. Yeah, I agree. I think there has been a sort of almost a move against ISO, sort of the slow move away from it, which is unfortunate to see. I with most keycap sets, I will try and specifically get the ISO UK caps, and quite a lot of the time, even if I like the set, I'll just straight pass on it. I'll just straight pass. Okay. ISO lives matter. Yes, I was, yeah, the TX keyboards, yeah. So, for those that might be joining late and don't know what we're talking about, my first board that I built for OWASP was the EO87 by TX keyboards. And that thing is, it's almost like a normal keyboard encapsulated in almost like a clear resin. It's a beautiful board because it has RGB on the underside and it just glows through. Just a stunning board. Okay, I'll try and hold this from the outside as much as possible. I do not want to be just covering your lovely board in fingerprints. Okay, so that's sort of sitting in place. So what we're going to do is we're going to get some in. I believe it is moulded polycarbonate. I can't remember off the top of my head. OWASP might be able to fill in the gap for me a little bit there. When I say stunning boards, I mean Anarchy. Google the EO87 and you'll see exactly what it is. It is just it's an acrylic case, so it's moulded acrylic. Then it's just stunning. Because of the way that it's sort of made, when the light goes through it, it just lights the whole thing up. It's almost like shining an RGB light into a glass, pretty much. It sort of reflects and refracts off of itself, and just looks so good. It was one of those boards that, if I had the money at the time, I would have bought. But diffuses the light, yes. That's what I was trying to get to in so many words. So what I'm just doing here, guys, is I'm going to get a few switches placed around the board. Make sure it's flat, and we're just going to solder these down so we've got a nice level playing field from there. Because at the moment the plate and the PCB aren't exactly together perfectly. They're not perfectly married together yet. So we are going to just put a few switches in and some major points. I'm going to have a look at the spacebar positioning for this one, because it's going to be a bit awkward. I mean, it is a bit Swiss cheesy at the bottom there, so I don't know exactly which hole to go for. Switch that's fighting me already. Sorry guys, you can't see very much yet. I've got a switch that's fighting me to go into the switch socket. That switch does not want to go in. It does not want to go home. There we go. So it was just that switch that's fighting me. Okay, and we'll get one more here. Okay, so what we've done is I've just dotted some around here. I was having a bit of an issue around this bit here, so I put a couple of extras in. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to flip it upside down. I'm going to sit him. He's going to sit here for the rest of the stream. on the naughty step. So let's get the soldering iron turned on. I was doing some desoldering at 300 recently, so let's turn that back down to 280. Oh, we've got somebody who's a skeptic. I mean, that's got no bent pins. Perfectly straight, and I haven't rebent them. We've got some non-believers in the chat who don't believe that I can go through a whole board without bending pins. So we're going to be using my good old Loctite brand solder. Best stuff on the market, in my opinion. Oh, sorry, it's trying to escape already. Come back here. I'm going to set on the naughty step. Maybe I should make him a little step. That might be a nice idea. Okay, so I'll put this here. And he is going to sit on the corner. There you go. He's sat on the naughty step. I'm hoping to use the EO87 less and have it as a showpiece and let the KBD75 be the daily driver. That's probably a good idea. I mean, the EO87 is a really nice board, but you don't want to just absolutely wreck it. But then again, saying that, Holy Pandas do get a lot better with wear. So as you break them in, they do feel better and better and better. So I wouldn't be entirely against the idea of putting a bit of wear on it. Unbent pins is the matrix. There is no spoon. No, I've gotten better with bending pins over the years. I remember my very first build. I bent like nearly half of the pins that were going into the board. That was a bad first build, but we've come a long way since then. And he says, not much choice with leaded solder these days. No, unfortunately not. Amazon has mostly dried up on what they sell, and I bought a load of stuff from eBay a little while ago. I've probably got about a good 7 or 8 rolls of solder still, so I'm going to be long dead and buried, and my children are going to be soldering with this stuff at the rate that I'm going. I got some PCBs from YMDK that are clones of the DZ60, but no LEDs and VIA compatibility. Nice and cheap from AliExpress. So how much were they, if you're saying nice and cheap from AliExpress? Actually, don't. Oh, I saw it 18 quid. I was gonna get chat to do a guess on how much it might cost. I looked up and saw it immediately. 18 quid is a very nice price for a 60%. Is that what connector is that with? Is that USB-C or is that mini or micro? USB-C. Basically the DZ60 with no LEDs. I mean, that's a very good price then, because that's Must be very similar to what the plain 60 is. Obviously the plain 60 is just a single layout board, isn't it? But 18 quid for one is not bad at all. Did you get hit by the customs man back on the way back in? I've placed these and I can't see them anymore. No, nothing. They send them as 2 quid. Okay. Sneakies. So what boards are you going to be building up with them then? Have you got some nice metal cases or plastic cases they're going to be going into? Or? Building one on a box, B-Box 60. I have not heard of the B-Box 60. To be fair, I haven't really heard of much in the 60% space. I don't really keep my ear close to the ground on that because I'm a TKL man, as many of you know, and so 60% sort of don't scratch that itch. Just got it after like 1 year. So you've been waiting 1 year in a group buy for this. Anybody else in the chat waiting for stuff to arrive? I know that Gringo's probably waiting for the Salvation. Desperately anticipating, sitting by the door, waiting for it to turn up. I certainly would be if I was getting one of those. Yo, Gringo, slip a good word in for me. Okay. So now that we've got a few in here, the whole construction is a little bit more rigid. Sorry, I was on the phone. I was just telling them that you needed to slip a good word in for me. I'm in need of a Salvation. Many reasons. Sent you the PCB picture on Discord. Okay, I'll have a look at that in a little bit. I have Discord shut down when I'm streaming because it tends to play about with the Elgato that I've got. Bring this over here. Yeah, it's going to be very cool. I was saying to the chat earlier that I'm not much of a 60s man, but that Salvation now, that's something that could well end up turning me. If Salvan were to make a TKL version of that, he'd have so many orders from me. Like a placement order. And I got the box, a B-Box 60 from me and for me and James. 30 quid for a case, that's not bad at all. I do have a TKL from Salvan. Yes, I do. I have Two TKLs coming from Salvin. Again, I'll have a look at that after the stream, Vogon. Chat, Vogon has posted a link and they go take a look. Yeah, Vogon, is this for the B-Box 60, is it? The 60% case. Ah, perfect. I mean, so Vogon, have you had a look at the Salvation? No, not yet. Okay, so I'm going to do a bit of sales pitch here for Salvin. So him and Wilbur have made a case called the Salvation, and it's a 60%, and you could say that it's a 60% tray mount, but that would be partially a lie. I think somebody referred to it as a 60% trampoline mount. I think that was what somebody said it was. So if you take a look at the pictures, it's got these little, almost like hooks that are in there, and they're pushed up ever so slightly, so it would almost be like you've got them, it's almost placed against it. Leaf spring mount, yeah. So it holds the board up and it allows it to have an unnormal amount of flex for a tray mount. But the nice part of it is that they are pricing it for very much, I don't want to say new people to the hobby, but at a very, very competitive price. When they came out with the price, I was quite surprised that they were able to get it that low with the technology that was in there and the names that were involved with the project. Obviously Salvin's doing a lot of work to get it to that price, and him and Wilbur are obviously partnering up on this, so you're not having to pay Wilbur's normal fees, but you are getting a product that's pretty outstanding. Talking of products, actually, Gringo, where is this 5th axis keyboard that we were promised a little while ago? I believe that I was in the conversation with you and Salvin and a couple of others, and Gringo dropped in the fact that he had access to a 5th axis machine, and that he was going to be building a keyboard, but I know nothing about this. Okay. You keep your secrets. What pandas are those? So these are drop pandas. So these are from the latest round from drop, and all I've had to do this time for them is give them a good lubing. In the past, I've had to, in the previous one for I had to ultrasonically clean them for him, but drop have now fixed their shit, and it's now no longer a case that you get them swimming in lube, which is really nice, and they do feel slightly more, I want to say slightly more tactile. It might be the fact that they've not used any factory lube whatsoever, so I put it on the back burner, too much other stuff going on. I mean, you're missing out on a whole market there, Gringo. You could be making, I mean, key cult levels of wedge. Think of how much wedge you could be having right now. Sorry guys, I am just changing the playlist we're listening to. So we'll listen to a nice little bit of lo-fi. Would you say they are better than the glorious ones, coming from the guy that is linear and does not really use them but for the content. I've only ever tried one glorious Holy Panda. I paused on the word glorious for Gooty, who might be sitting out there. I've only tried one glorious Holy Panda, glorious whatever they are. GMMK Pandas, whatever they are, yeah? I've only ever tried one of those, and the GMMK Panda was more tactile, but it came at the cost, I found, to scratchiness. They didn't sound nearly as good. Tactility was way up there, sure. And the other problem that I found with the one that I had was that it did feel a little over-lubed. It didn't sound quite right. It was scratchy and it was mushy. Not what I really wanted. Whereas I have a set of these. They're behind me. I've had a set of these before. And I've built 2 of these boards for Was, and I'd happily recommend these again. So you'll understand soon enough. Oh. Oh. Has Mazak Europe been in contact with Salvin, has it? Is there a Mazak Europe? That's now the other question that I need to know. Would you say they sacrifice tactility for feel? Yeah, I probably would. I mean, maybe it was just the one that I had wasn't a particularly great one, but it felt more tactile, but it didn't feel as good. There is Mazak Europe, a factory in your backyard. Whoa, you slow down there. We're no longer part of Europe. I mean, we're physically no longer in Europe. We have moved. We're in the middle of the Atlantic now. So we're not having any of this our backyard stuff anymore. We're tuna. We're Atlantic tuna catchers now. We've taken back the sea. Really? All of the EU-made Mazak machines are made in the UK. I did not know that. So now we have the means to seize the means. I can't remember what the saying is now. Seize the means of. No, not cease and desist. The old USSR propaganda. Seize the means of production or whatever it is. Knowing that they're looking at that, so I can't remember what it is now. I can't remember. So I think that one goes in there. Oh, was yeah. It's looking very nice, isn't it? I'll give it a little. Show you it here a little. Bring it in a little closer. Look at that. Look at those switches. We'll just slide it on. It's looking nice. Now, I think it goes in like that. But I think this is going to be one of those switches that is a pain in the ass because it's going to fall out all of the time. Excuse me for the hiccups. Yes, I have some keycaps just over that way. Okay, so that one has to go there. Okay, I need to get a 6-inch spacebar. Are you 6.25 here? Yes, you are. So you are there. Is that correct? You are there. That is where you go. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm just going to get some caps here because I never know my bottom row spacing. I bet that I don't have all of the caps I'm going to need here either, am I? Okay, so I believe this is going to be that one. That's looking about right now. How's that looking, guys? Is that looking sort of alright so far? Do I need to move it along? Left, right? Is it looking good? That's an old key. Looks okay for me. That's good. So we know that this is the right space. So this is 1U, 1U, 1U. So let's get a random 1U. You go like that. This is going to look very ugly to begin with, but it will get better. 1U. That does mean there is only one space for this one. 1U. Look at that bottom row. No, 1.25, 1.25, 1.25, 6.25, 1U, 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 1U. Arrows keys. Albeit this key here is sitting wonky. Does not want to sit straight. Okay, I'm just going to pop these keys off. Oh, was these are not your keys. These are my ones, so don't you worry. I'm not going to be ripping your keycaps off like this. These are old spares. In fact, that was GMK1 black, so not completely all spares. Okay. Is there a way of straightening this one up? Might be a case that we've got to pull this one up and sit this one on the naughty step as well. You can go up on the naughty step as well. I think it's just a slightly angled right leg. See, that looks a bit better. But this one now doesn't want to sit properly. No, you're completely fine. You just don't want to sit in there properly. Okay. We will straighten these out when we solder here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do all of the board by these two keys, because these two keys are the loosest of the two keys. And what I've always found to do is get everything soldered in place and then hold it, physically hold it, flip it upside down, slide it onto the table, solder. Yeah, it's less crooked. I think all it needs to be done is it just needs to be straightened up as I solder it. I mean, even if I hold it like this, you'll see I twist like that. It will straighten it up. It's because it's, I don't know how you can see that. It's not particularly tight in the space because of the cutouts that they've given it. They've given it a cutout that's big enough for one. Yeah, the problem, I'll show you what the problem is. It's this cutout. Okay, so get my pointing tweezers. It is this cutout here, this bit here. It's meaning that when you push it in place, the two little retaining tabs, they're going in a little bit crooked, and they're sort of just wedging the switch off to the side a little, which is a bit of a pain in the arse. You can see as I place it in, sort of just wants to go back to its home. So the idea is going to be that I can get it wedged like that and then solder it. Ha! I'm going to get the rest of the board soldered first. So I'm going to get the board soldered first, then we'll play about with those two switches. Yeah, the ISO and the hash key will go in afterwards, Anarchy. So what is everybody doing over the Easter weekend? Anybody doing anything exciting? Now that we're on the first steps out of lockdowns, the path to normality, what is everybody doing? Hope nobody's going to be going to any illegal raves or anything. Looking at you there, Anarchy. Autumno, you're trying to buy a new keyboard. What keyboard are you going to be trying to buy? And welcome to the stream. I am going to be going over to see my parents and my nephew. It's my nephew's birthday, so we're going to be wishing him happy birthday, but also hiding some Easter eggs around the garden for him to go do an Easter egg hunt for. Doing some roast codfish Portuguese style and some chorizo. That's not chorizo. Chorico for Sunday. I've been looking at the Clipper T, which is coming out in a hot top ISO in April. Well, I mean, if you ever wanted a hot top ISO PCB, for instance, because the Clipper is a 60% case, isn't it? Or am I thinking of the wrong thing here? I believe it's a 60% case. I might be thinking of the Fiat. If you wanted a nice 60% PCB, I know that Metboards are going to be bringing back their very popular HS60 very soon. Or is that the 60% PCB that you're thinking of getting? Chorizo, but the Portuguese language. You guys are just making it difficult for us. You're just making it difficult for difficulty's sake. You want to see us struggle, don't you? Probably about as far away from any such raves as one can be and still remaining at sea level. So what switches autumno are going to be going into this board? And Vogon, on a slightly different note, I think I've just attempted to solder that one. That's not a good idea. I'll get the desolder pump out in a second. I've at least done up, which is a bit of a pain in the ass because I wasn't meant to do that one. Vogon, for this chorizo, whatever it is. I'm expecting to have some at the next meetup now that you've told us that you can make it. I will more than happily bring a cigar along in trade for spicy sausage. Morcella. What is morcella? Morcella? Morhella. It's like a black pudding but ours. Okay. I'm sort of down for trying that. Quite like the taste of black pudding. Sounds like an invitation I can't refuse there. Well, when the meetup is eventually back on and we can meet up once again, I would definitely be. Long time since I've seen everybody. It would be lovely to see everybody again. I was said on Alex Otis' stream the other day that it's definitely been one of the things that keyboards are less of a main point of this hobby nowadays. It's the people that you've met along the way that are the people that you stick around the hobby for. And the meetups have definitely been something that I've enjoyed hosting and setting up for and everything, and getting everybody hyped around coming to the meetup and stuff. So I'm just looking forward to seeing you all again. Really, be good. Have a nice night in London. So if I was to stream again in the future, would you guys like to see a even more zoomed in shot? If I were to be videoing, because currently this is as zoomed in as this camera can go. I've got a 17 to 40mm lens on it, but I do have a fixed prime 50mm available that I could use instead, which will get us a little bit closer to the action. It's fine for me. I think it's okay, to be honest. Okay, if you guys think it's okay. It'd only bring it in a little bit. I just don't know if you guys can see the action so well. See the fumes as the solder ignites. Well, it doesn't ignite, does it? It melts, but you know what I mean. If solder ignited, I'd be in a whole heap of hurt. If I could mount the camera on my ceiling, I could have gone even one further. I have a 100mm macro here, so you could get some super detailed shots, but that would be taking it to a whole nother level. That would also include me drilling into the ceiling, which I'm not too interested in doing yet. Oh, bloody hell. Thanks, Autumno. Hey Jamport, how you doing? I am doing okay. No, there is no face stream tonight. I wasn't particularly well the other day, and still sort of going on a little bit. So don't really want to show off my face today. But otherwise, not doing too badly. I'm building a keyboard on a stream, talking to friends. So what could be better? To be fair, I could have a beer. I could have a beer. But yeah. Definitely is in this community. It's the friends that you make along the way. It's less about where you're going. It's about how you get there. Oh, well, see you later, Jambot. Thanks for dropping in. I'll probably be streaming for another little bit, so do drop on by if you're still about. So I think for these two switches, these two that I was saying about, I'm going to have to use my expert soldering skills and attempt to solder one leg whilst holding the board up or off the side of the desk. I would say it's master soldering level skills, mainly if you don't want to burn yourself. I'll do those in a little bit once I finish the rest of the board. But I likely won't show on stream because if I do end up dropping it, number one, I don't want to sort of show was me dropping his board, but also I'm more likely to burn myself than anything else. was you've got nothing to worry about. I wouldn't drop your board. I would, however, probably likely burn myself, but Some solder bends are part of the hobby as well. You can later show them off at meetups. So they're like battle scars, aren't they? Like you've come home from an epic campaign in another country, and you've got all of these scars to show off. See this one here? This was from a KBD75, and this one here, that was from an OG Novatouch. Actually, to be fair, you probably wouldn't be soldering an OG Novatouch, but you know what I mean. Saying that, I did actually solder an OG Novatouch the other day, which I'll have to show you off at the end of the stream. Now, I fortunately haven't done what most of the Shutterstock people seem to have done, which is pick up the soldering iron by the metal bit. I'm fortunate enough to have not burnt myself. Touch wood. Sorry if you guys just got a rattle there. Problem with having cats. You get cat hair literally everywhere. Oh, I hope you're not deathly allergic to cats. But you're not pro, otherwise you'd hold it. As it's supposed to be held. Oof. I mean, they're only professionals now because it's welded to their. They've managed to graft it to their skin pretty much, holding it in that way. Getting along there bit by bit, boys and girls. Nearly there. Nearly on the front row, guys. So Gringo, if you're there, do you celebrate Easter over there? Do you have an Easter bank holiday like we do over here? Be interesting to know. How's your spades going now? Sorry, I have been away, but is it done or near done? At the moment, it is getting close to being done. We're still waiting for Salvin to get it back from the anodizers at the moment. Unfortunately, it has been there for a little while and he has had some problems with the anodizers. So, waiting for that. But other than that, everything is good to go. Pexon has got the LEMO connectors. I've got the PCBs here. Salvin's got the plates already. As soon as everything is here, I'm going to get boxes sorted out, and we should be good to go. So just waiting for the cases to come back now. Hoping soon. Oh, bloody hell. Ketchukin, thank you very much for joining. How are you doing? How is Nicholas doing? If that is Nicholas. I'm assuming it is. I am good. I am good. Glad to hear that you're well though. Glad to hear that you're well. Yeah, I'm good. You've come in at the perfect time. I was just talking about the Ace of Spades. Just saying that still waiting for Salvin to send it back from the anodizers, or get it back from the anodizers, I should say. He's not sending it, I think. But everything else is here and ready to go. Pretty much the same as what I've given you as an update for the past couple of times. So have you got the keycaps sorted for yours as well? I have not got the wrist rests from George yet, actually. Need to get those. He's going to send them down to me at some point. There is also some other things coming too. Sorry, I have to be super sort of like gesture focused because I haven't got a face cam today. Just got your switches. So what switches did you get? I was going to go on GMK Maestro, is it would fit perfectly with the black and brass. But lol, GMK prices. Yeah, GMK prices are a little bit spendy. Albeit GMK Maestro was an excellent looking set. I nearly bought the just the add-on kit for it because it was basically a white on black set with white and gold or white and black modifiers. White and black sort of like accents, so I nearly just bought the accent kit for it and just put it with my white and black set. You've got pewters. I've heard that pewters are very good. Did you end up buying the pewters from the guy that was trying to sell them in MK UK, or did you buy them directly from Jay? Or Was somebody else selling them? You bought them, KeepCat? Yeah, I think there was a guy selling. There was a guy selling them on MKUK. I don't know if he sold them recently. He tried. He wanted to swap my Infinity white and black as a part trade. He was part trading the switches and cash for my Infinity white and black set, but yeah, I needed the money. Oh, I see, I see. Okay, nice. So what keycap sets are you going for then? Are you going to go for something dark and brooding, or are you going to go something like an OG set? I've recently just sold most of my quite dark sets. I've now got very, very light sets in comparison. I'm waiting for Camwraith 1.5 year waiting. I mean, I've been waiting for Cat, Lucky Jade and Atlantis, and they're both at a year. Yeah. The EPBT Dreamscape set looks really nice. So my wife is going to be buying that set. I happen to be going through different sets and looking at bits and pieces, and she really liked it. So looks like that is going to be the set for her. I'm not going to be buying it. She can buy it herself. I might well end up buying it for her birthday. Let's stay quiet. Sorry guys, if you hear a loud thump here, I'm just going to desolder. Not my wife hitting me or anything like that. See if we can turn the switch. Oh yeah, I'm on Atlantis as well. Keyboards is one of those funny hobbies where you forget that you're in something. You've spent like 100 odd quid on something, and then suddenly one day it turns up at the door. It's one of those hobbies that you just forget things exist until they turn up. Quite nice in some aspects, I guess. Okay, so that needs to be all the way up to the top. Sorry guys, put some music back off me. Okay, so that's straight like that. Okay, this is where it's going to get a bit janky. So I need to get some solder on the tip. No. Not straight yet. I can now fill this switch with solder, or one of these. Lots of solder. Look at that. I've done this one, not that one. That one's still way off. I mean, it's getting the customs bill is the shock first. Well, what I'm hoping for here is, because I've already paid VAT, I should be able to claim the VAT back. At least that's what my keyboards.eu has said. They're gonna give me the VAT back at the very least. So it's not going to be as much of a shock. Okay, let's see if that's straighter. Oh god, no. That's not straight at all. So that wants to come around that way. Twisted the wrong way, that's why. Voila. Alright, let's just make sure that we actually solder these down. We don't send in back a board that doesn't work. So, for the next key, we're going to be doing this one here. And it is a pain in the arse, like the other ones. Alright, set on the table. There we go. So you have to do like a, you have to do sort of like a flip, and then it's like almost like a pancake, you know. You gotta flip it quickly so that it doesn't fly out, or otherwise you end up like using the board as a trebuchet. Okay, let's make sure we are in straight. No, she ain't in straight. She needs to rotate a little. See how that is. I mean, that looks pretty damn straight to me. So let's get the other switch in. So the next one, I do have a secret for doing it. That did just move a little. Hey, you're not straight anymore. Much better. So I'll just catch up on the chat here. Do you think we will get charged VAT for the stuff we bought before 2021? No. So anything that was bought before 2021, I believe, has an invoice that is dated before the beginning of 2021. So the rules apply to anything that is bought after. So because we've got an invoice date before 2021, we get away with it. At least that's what Salvin has told me, that MyKeyboards.eu has told me, that the other Europe, like Candy Keys, that's what they've all told me, is that as long as the invoice is before January the 1st, 2021, you're completely fine. I do believe though that MyKeyboards.eu, the way that they're currently doing it is they're giving the VAT back because they don't have a system in place to get round the UK VAT rules at the moment. Okay, so how to do this key here. So I am going to quickly borrow a switch, keycap. So we're going to put said switch in place, and we're going to put a keycap on. And I know what you're all thinking. How can Matt be this good looking and this smart? I mean, I'm just the complete package, that's all I can say. And the board has to be soldered. Whoop. Oh, was, if you're watching, this is your board finished and soldered. So the soldering iron can be turned off now. So what we are going to do now is I'm just going to have a quick little tidy up, because we are going to get ready to bring the board back out. We're going to place the PCB and everything that is on it back in, and then we're going to get some keycaps on it and we'll be good to go. So let's take these. These are the spare switches. Put them off to the side. No longer need you. We will need this. Okay, and let us grab the case. So this is the case. Okay, so I believe what I've got to do is take the two halves apart. Loosely held together. It is very pretty, isn't it? There it is. You can see the back of my head there, guys. There is one right at the very bottom there. Going to unscrew. Not with that screwdriver at the very least. Have to find a screwdriver that is going to fit. No, too big. I might not have a screwdriver here. Impurities. Yeah, that fits. There we go. We're now in two pieces. Okay. Set the top over here for now. Okay. So let's get this acrylic piece peeled. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to get the peel at least started. Okay, the peel is started. Now, I'm going to just stop the music a second, because it's not going to come off particularly nice and easy, is it? Just... oh no, oh no. Ruined it. That was meant to be a lovely sound for you all there. That obviously got ruined pretty quickly. So let's... it's because of these holes. I don't want to go around the holes very easily. Okay, let's try that again. Just... you guys hear that? This has turned into some sort of weird ASMR stream now. I'm trying to do it so you can hear and see. Paper stuff comes off in lots of small bits compared to the plastic film. Yes. Right, we've got one more bit because it's double-sided. So we've done one side, we've got the other side to do. So I'll do the other side now for you. I've just got to get it started, which is the biggest pain. Okay, here we go. We're going to take this off in one piece. Slightly frosted. Tried to be smart at the last little bit there. There we go. So there we go. This is the plastic middle piece. There's one tiny little bit. So now, this is where I'm not sure which way it goes round. I'm not sure if we do foam first. I'm not sure if it goes this way around or the other way around. I think it goes this way around though. What do you guys think? Or is it this way around? That way around? Or plastic first? I'm starting to think it's the other way around. Sorry, I'll put some music back on for you guys. I think that it goes this way. Foam first, then the plastic, then the case on top, yeah? Is that what we're saying? Got a bit of dust on it now. Just do it quickly enough. I think foam first as well. Does seem weird though. does the foam not mean there is a gap at the bottom of the case and plastic? You are right. Anarchy is right. Me and Nick both got it wrong. Gonna admit, it does feel a little bit weird laying it on there like that. Maybe the idea is that you're meant to now that seems the smarter way of doing it. Then how does that work? Okay. And then you sandwich it? We're going to go with this as being the way of doing it. There we go. So I'm just going to make sure it's lined up nicely. Okie dokie, so let's get some screws. Bring the top piece back in. Set the top piece up there. Just move some of the bits out of the way. Oh, there. Moving things out there. Okay, so I no longer think it's the silver screws because there's silver screws for the case. So I think it's now the black screws. However, could be entirely wrong yet again. Okay. Let's find a... Oh, they are magnetic, thank God. One of my pet hates, non-magnetic screws. Screws go in before the put the plate on. Please God, don't tell me that. Also, it would make it very, very difficult to solder the PCB if you had to put the PCB in first. You just have to, after building it, you just pour solder in there and put it in the microwave for 30 seconds. Well, that screw is not catching on anything because there is nothing there. Nothing in that hole. When I was looking at ways of soldering these PCBs for the Ace of Spades, there is a method of soldering which requires you to put solder paste down on the board, and then you fill a skillet with sand, and you heat the skillet up, and you place the PCB into the sand, and it solders the board. It's a way of doing sort of surface mount soldering. However, I did think it was a bit of a pain in the arse method. Okay, so we don't use that many screws really. So there's 4 in the top. There's 1 in the middle. 2 on the other side. So that's all the screws that they've given me, at least. Albeit the whole thing, I'm just going to undo these screws a little. The whole thing does feel like it could scooch over to the left a little. And I possibly think I could do that with the top one. The whole thing needs just to scooch a little. No, there's no 1 by enter. It's hard, solid. Want to be famous? Buy followers, primes, and viewers. Go to this shitty link, bigfollows.com. No thanks. Anarchy, I believe that you have the ability to ban him. Would you mind doing the honours? You're not a mod. Oh, Vogon. I think Vogon is. Vogon, would you mind banning whoever that was? Totally legit, not a scam. Yeah, exactly. Jesus. That's the way to market to your audience. Go directly into their Twitch chat and ask them to buy followers. Great success. Guys, if I go off of, if I suddenly go off, you know that I've been DDoSed by Senior, add more followers, Captain Charisma. Okay, I'm just going to lift this up off the table because I don't want to mark it. Okay. Yeah, I can feel that there's a lip there. So I've just put the front 2 screws in on the bottom of this ever so slightly. And the idea is going to be that I'm just going to unscrew all of the screws internally. And I want to move the whole thing across ever so slightly. Well, Twitch works fast. I mean, what can I say? There we go. That's it. I moved long enough. Just needed moving ever so slightly. That was all. We've obviously got a Twitch moderator that is watching the stream. Just got an email this second after I reported them. Well, thank you very much for reporting them. I mean, I guess it's knowing your audience. Maybe if I was like playing Fortnite, and might be slightly different, but to be fair, he probably did just spam every stream in the creative section all at once. It probably wasn't a particularly well orchestrated marketing campaign. Okay, we're just going to flip this upside down quickly. Just lay it down nicely. Just going to get the rest of the screws in because we can now get the keycaps on. Cool, Nick. Thank you very much for coming along. I will keep you updated with more details on the Ace of Spades as I get them. You're literally, as Salvan tells me things, you're getting the information. So, hoping for some good news. Also, you're on Geekhack, aren't you, Nick? You're a moderator on Geekhack as well. Is that correct? You used to be. Okay. Do you use Geekhack a fair amount? Just in my own... Okay. Well, keep an eye on the interest section tomorrow. There's a new project coming. And it's big. Gloriously big. Huge. Yeah, keep an eye out for tomorrow. Cool. Well, take it easy, mate. Take it easy. We will see each other again soon enough. Hopefully I'll have an Ace of Spades in hand to give to you. You know something else big coming tomorrow? Ooh, no. My something hasn't been announced in any way. The only person that knows about it is Guti. And a certain Belgian keyboard manufacturer. If you could see my face right now, you would see that I'm doing weird eyebrow expressions. Oh, different things then. Ooh. Well, I will keep an eye out on Geekhack if you keep an eye on Geekhack as well. Okay, so we're coming up to the end of the build, and the end of the build normally means putting some keycaps on. So let's bring the board down here. So we have got, I don't know what the set is exactly called. I believe this is like a cyan Dolce. It's the KBD fans one, I believe. So let's get some of the caps on here. I think I need the spacebar out of this still. So this is the keycap set. Is it cyan Dolce? Nice key set. It's not GMK though, not GMK. Pretty sure at least. It's the EPBT set that they have, that KBD fans have. Which I'm desperately trying not to launch across the room here, because it's very easy. Okay, I'm gonna need to know if So was is still here in the chat. Are you still here? Oh, was. I'm gonna start putting it together, but obviously I'm gonna need to know some bits of what you want. So I believe was bought this, but I believe this is EPBT Sky Dolce, like the Sky Dolce sort of set. I'll give you a better showing when I'm done putting all of the caps on the board here. Pretty solid keycaps there though. Font looks all pretty good. The only thing that clearly distinguishes it from being a GMK set is that it doesn't feel as thick. Little tester for you over there. I'm going to use the cherry icons for this board. Just grab these over here just in case, because he said that he wanted ISO, and I don't know if this set comes with the ISO UK keys or not. I don't think it comes with the UK proportion. I think it comes with your standard generic ISO stuff, I think. Obviously, I'll do a quick typing test. I'm not unfortunately going to plug it in. The cable that I've got connected here at the moment is a micro USB because I've been using my lovely modified Norbitouch. But I will do like a little typing demonstration for you all. Yeah, micro USB. Nobody has made another breakout board for the Norbitouch yet, so until that point, stuck with it. As Tim the Toolman Taylor would say. I'm just going to go with these because I cannot see the extra keys on the underside. I do think I need to remove this one though. Just nice. Just what we want to hear. Okay. Where is the pipe? Maybe it's in the other box. That one definitely doesn't work. This is not looking good for this. I think we're going to have to fill this with a random key. Okay, let's get the bottom row sorted first, so we know which keys we've got. Keys have or haven't got. So let's get the arrows in there first. So he wanted it as Alt FN Control. Okay, so now we need to fill these bits. So this is a standard top row, so we can put these in. And then we're going to go for the cherry logoed ones. So we'll go for the big cherries. We'll go for the other cherry. That one seems slightly taller than the other one. Not that one, though. Seems the same profile. Go for this one. And then go for a little heart at the bottom there. Each one of these. There you go, that looks slightly better. Okay, so realistically, we don't have the key that's going to go in here, unfortunately. Not being supplied or included in the box. So that means we're going to have to make do with another key. So we could probably extend it this way. My genius knows no bounds. Okay, now for the people that are left watching. This way? You gonna focus? This way? Or this way. Flipped. Unflipped. Flipped. Unflipped. Flipped is so 2015. Oh. Oh, it's like, oh, run hard. Oh, oh. Okay. Actually, let me have. Has he got a picture of the board on his desk? No, he doesn't. Oh, was does not have it there. Dang it. Okay, we're going to put it normal. Because these are going up to C3 stamps, you need quite a lot of pressure to put them down. Okay, guys. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of these keycaps all over the desk. And we're going to do a little sand demonstration for you. See what you think. Obviously, this is being typed directly onto wood, so you're going to get a much clackier sound than you would normally get. This does mean that it may be slightly more real to life than other streamers, but take it with a grain of salt. Better aesthetics in a regular, better typing feel in a regular, in a flipped though. What's the plate? So this is a brass plate. Yeah, brass plate inside this. So let me have a look. I'm not going to do a wired typing test because, as I said before, this is micro USB that I've got plugged in at the moment because I'm using a Norba Touch. So we're just going to go for a quick little type. So kind of weak for the heavy thock sound though. Well, the one thing that you are definitely getting is this is straight onto wood, so it is going to get rid of some of the thockier sounds and you're going to get a much more high-pitched sound in comparison. If I could get my desk mat back onto the table, I'd put it on here and you could have a little sound test, but it will deepen the sound. Quite a few streamers, they use 1, 2, 3 or more desk mats, and that will get rid of the ping sort of sounds and the higher pitched tones and make the board overall sound more thocky. But overall, Holy Pandas aren't the thockiest of switches. If you wanted thocky, you would go down the lines of, you'd go down the lines of Nova Touches. So why don't I get you a couple of boards so that you can have like a reference to, I guess. So the Nova Touch is just here. This is the Nova Touch. So let's move this up a little. So the Nova Touch is definitely going to be more thocky because it is Topro. So very different sounds overall. The other board that I'll go get quickly, which might be slightly closer. This is Cat with creams. So So you can see between the two, there's a much more high-pitched sound to both of them. I would say that on a desk mat, this sounds much thockier. So, I mean, even lifting it off the desk, you can see. Do you have a Microsoft Ergonomic 4000 to compare it with? No. The only other thing that I could probably test it with is not those. This is the only other thing that I can test it with. So you get a complete plethora of different tests. So these are clickies. So it gives you a better idea. I mean, the table is going to be playing a massive role in it. If you were to put a desk mat underneath this, it would feel a lot less rattly. Spacebar does not rattle enough. Yeah. You mean 2 out of 7, don't you, Gootey? 2 out of 7. That's the rating system I'm going with. But overall, I'm very happy with this build. It's come out feeling and looking really nice. The keycaps not having the row 2, or is it row 4? Row 2 or row 4. Not having the / key is kind of annoying, but you make do and it looks relatively okay. I do like these, really do like these little cherry keys. But overall, very happy with that. They sound exactly like how my ones sound, and I really love the sound of them. But alas, I've started to yawn like crazy, and so that brings us to the end of the stream. I've forgotten his name now. was is going to be receiving his board very shortly. He's going to be getting it shipped back to him tomorrow, and so he's going to be able to enjoy this as soon as he can. And what I'm hoping that he's going to be able to do is he's going to be able to show us the difference between this case and the EO87 that he's got, again, lubed Holy Pandas in. So what I'm hoping is that he'll be able to do a typing demonstration between the two. So, but if you've enjoyed the stream, this is major plug time. If you've enjoyed the stream, please do follow the I do stream relatively irregularly, and it would be lovely to see you there on the next stream. Goosey says no, so /ban. But I hope everybody has a great rest of their evening, and I hope everybody has a good day tomorrow, and has a good good weekend coming up, bank holiday weekend. I hope everybody has a good bank holiday weekend. But alas, that's the end of the stream. So, thank you very much, and see you next time.